BSF and BSR tests are often misunderstood as verdicts, as numbers that place a person into a category, but in reality, they function more like a quiet conversation between the body and the individual. They are not there to accuse or alarm, but to reveal how the body is managing one of its most essential tasks, regulating energy. Blood sugar is not an enemy, it is fuel, and these tests simply show how smoothly that fuel is being delivered and used. When we view BSF and BSR this way, fear begins to dissolve and curiosity takes its place, allowing people, especially older adults, to listen rather than panic. The fasting blood sugar reflects the body in its most honest state, when external influences are minimal and internal systems are doing their background work. It shows how well the liver, pancreas, and cells cooperate during rest. A higher value does not mean failure, it means the body may be under strain, asking for support rather than criticism. The random blood sugar, on the other hand, captures the body in motion, responding to meals, emotions, and daily routines. Together, these tests form a dialogue that explains how the body behaves both in silence and in activity. When numbers are viewed as judgments, people tend to withdraw, deny, or feel ashamed. But when numbers are seen as feedback, they become motivating. They offer direction. They show where balance exists and where gentle correction may help. This shift in perspective is especially important for older adults who may feel that time has passed or change is no longer effective. The body does not work that way. It responds to care at every stage of life, and BSF and BSR tests provide the information needed to give that care wisely. Understanding these tests as conversations also builds compassion. Blood sugar levels are influenced by far more than food alone. Stress, sleep, medication, movement, and emotional state all play a role. When a reading is higher than expected, it often reflects accumulated pressures rather than personal failure. This understanding replaces self-blame with self-respect and encourages sustainable habits rather than extreme reactions. Awareness is the true power of BSF and BSR testing. They make invisible processes visible and allow early action long before serious complications develop. They help individuals partner with their bodies instead of fighting them. When people listen to these signals calmly, they become more engaged in their own well-being, more willing to adjust routines, and more confident that improvement is possible. Seen through this lens, BSF and BSR are not medical labels, but guiding lights. They invite reflection, patience, and consistency. They remind us that health is dynamic and responsive, shaped by daily choices and attitudes. When we stop fearing the numbers and start understanding their message, we create space for hope, responsibility, and meaningful change that continues to grow quietly over time. Healthy eating plays a central role in creating steady blood sugar and lasting energy, especially as the body grows older and becomes more sensitive to daily choices. Food is not simply about filling the stomach or avoiding pleasure, it is information for the body. Every meal sends signals that influence hormones, metabolism, and cellular behavior. When meals are balanced and thoughtful, blood sugar rises gently and returns to stability, supporting both BSF and BSR in a natural and sustainable way. As we age, the body's ability to handle sudden surges of glucose often weakens, not because of failure, but because systems have been working for many years. This is why extreme diets or large portions can create sharp spikes followed by fatigue, irritability, or cravings. Healthy eating brings rhythm back into metabolism. Choosing whole grains over refined carbohydrates allows glucose to enter the bloodstream more slowly. Including vegetables adds fiber that cushions blood sugar rise and nourishes digestion. Adequate protein supports muscle mass, which is one of the body's most important tools for controlling blood sugar. Healthy eating does not require perfection or restriction. It is built on consistency and kindness. Simple meals eaten at regular times help the body anticipate energy needs and manage insulin response more efficiently. Balanced plates reduce stress on the pancreas and support stable energy throughout the day. Even small changes like reducing sugary drinks or pairing carbohydrates with protein can make a meaningful difference over time. Food also influences how people feel beyond numbers. Stable blood sugar improves mental clarity, emotional balance, and physical stamina. When glucose levels swing wildly, people may feel weak, dizzy, anxious, or overly hungry, often mistaking these signals for personal weakness. In reality, the body is reacting to instability. By eating in a way that supports balance, individuals regain a sense of control and confidence in daily life. For older adults, healthy eating supports independence and quality of life. Better blood sugar control reduces the risk of complications that interfere with vision, mobility, and nerve function. It also supports the immune system and overall resilience. Importantly, healthy eating can be adapted to cultural preferences, financial realities, and personal taste. It is not about abandoning familiar foods, but about adjusting portions, timing, and combinations to work with the body rather than against it. When food is viewed as nourishment instead of temptation, the relationship with eating becomes calmer and more respectful. This mindset removes guilt and replaces it with awareness. Over time, the body responds positively. BSF and BSR begin to reflect greater stability, and energy becomes more predictable. Healthy eating then stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a supportive routine that quietly strengthens the body day by day. Light, consistent movement is one of the most powerful tools for supporting blood sugar and overall vitality, especially for older adults who may feel that exercise is no longer relevant or effective. Movement does not have to be intense, exhausting, or competitive to make a difference. In fact, gentle, regular activity communicates directly with the body, signaling that muscles are ready to receive glucose, that circulation should flow freely, and that energy can be used efficiently. Each small movement becomes a conversation between intention and biology, quietly improving BSF and BSR without drama or strain. As we age, muscles naturally lose some of their strength and sensitivity, and metabolism can slow. This makes blood sugar management slightly more challenging, but also more responsive to movement. When muscles contract during a walk, light stretching, or simple resistance exercises, they draw glucose from the bloodstream directly into the cells, independently of insulin. This means that even a short 10 or 15-minute walk after a meal can significantly reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Over time, these small, consistent actions train the body to manage energy more effectively, creating resilience and stability that is reflected in both fasting and random blood sugar readings. Consistency is more important than intensity. Daily habits, even gentle ones, create patterns that the body recognizes and adapts to. A daily morning stretch, a few minutes of chair exercises, or walking to the mailbox instead of driving all contribute to improving glucose utilization. Older adults often underestimate the power of such movements, but the cumulative effect of repeated, manageable actions often exceeds what sporadic, intense workouts can achieve. The body responds not to the grand gestures, but to the steady rhythm of attention and care. Movement also benefits other systems that influence blood sugar indirectly. Circulation improves, blood pressure can stabilize, sleep quality often increases, and stress levels decline. When stress hormones like cortisol decrease, the body's ability to regulate blood sugar improves naturally. Light activity can also enhance mood, combat fatigue, and reduce stiffness or discomfort that may otherwise discourage physical engagement. This holistic effect reinforces the connection between daily movement and the broader health picture, reminding us that blood sugar management is not isolated but integrated into every aspect of well-being. Importantly, movement is an opportunity to reclaim independence and confidence. each step taken is a reminder that the body can still respond, adapt, and recover. This empowerment strengthens not only physical health, but mental and emotional resilience. Choosing to move, even gently, reinforces the mindset that age is not a barrier, but an invitation to support the body with thoughtful, consistent care. For older adults, light, consistent movement is less about performance and more about partnership with the body. It is a form of respect, a message that the system is valued, and an investment in energy, stability, and vitality. Over time, these small, deliberate actions transform daily life, helping to keep BSF and BSR within healthy ranges, improving mood, enhancing endurance, and reinforcing the quiet but powerful truth that the body is always capable of responding to care and attention. Daily lifestyle habits have a profound influence on blood sugar regulation, often even more than individual meals or occasional exercise. And for older adults, these small, consistent choices create a foundation for long-term health. The body is a rhythm-driven system, finely tuned to patterns of sleep, movement, nourishment, and rest. When these rhythms are respected, BSF and BSR levels respond naturally, stabilizing energy and reducing strain on organs. Even minor adjustments, when repeated over time, can dramatically improve the way the body handles glucose, making life feel lighter, steadier, and more controlled. Sleep is one of the most overlooked but powerful lifestyle factors. During deep, restorative sleep, the body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and resets metabolic processes. Poor or irregular sleep disrupts this delicate system, increasing cortisol and other stress hormones that raise blood sugar even before the day begins. By prioritizing regular sleep patterns, creating a calm bedtime routine, and allowing the body to rest deeply, older adults give their systems the chance to recover and manage glucose more efficiently. Even modest improvements in sleep quality can reflect significantly in both fasting and random blood sugar readings, reinforcing the importance of rest as an active strategy for health. Hydration is another subtle but critical factor. Water supports circulation, aids digestion, and helps maintain cellular function. Mild dehydration can make blood thicker and more concentrated, potentially impacting sugar transport and insulin efficiency. Sipping water consistently throughout the day not only supports overall health, but also helps maintain balance in glucose metabolism. Coupled with gentle movement, hydration ensures that nutrients and energy flow smoothly to cells, creating a stable environment for both physical and mental performance. Routine and timing also matter. Eating meals at roughly the same times each day signals the body to anticipate energy needs, allowing insulin and other regulatory hormones to function efficiently. Skipping meals or irregular patterns can confuse the system, leading to spikes or dips in blood sugar that create fatigue, cravings, and mood swings. Regular routines for meals, light activity, and rest help maintain predictable rhythms, making BSF and BSR readings more stable and the body more resilient to stressors. Reducing prolonged sitting and incorporating simple movement breaks throughout the day is another habit that supports glucose regulation. Even standing, stretching, or short walks every hour engages muscles and encourages the body to utilize glucose effectively. These small acts of attention accumulate, helping to prevent spikes in random blood sugar and reinforcing the body's natural capacity to self-regulate. Lifestyle habits extend beyond the physical to the emotional and mental sphere. Stress, worry, and negative thought patterns trigger hormones that raise blood sugar, while calmness, mindfulness, and a positive outlook create conditions for stability. Older adults who prioritize relaxation, gratitude, and mindful awareness strengthen not only mental health, but metabolic balance as well, demonstrating that lifestyle is an integrated system where mind and body work together. Taken together, these daily habits, sleep, hydration, routine, gentle movement, and mental calm, create a supportive environment for the body to manage glucose efficiently. They remind us that health is not built in isolated actions, but in consistent, thoughtful patterns that respect the body's natural rhythms, proving that even small, intentional choices repeated over time can transform BSF and BSR levels, energy, and overall vitality. A positive mindset is one of the most powerful yet often overlooked tools for supporting blood sugar regulation and overall well-being, especially for older adults. The body and mind are deeply connected, and the way we think, feel, and perceive challenges can influence hormones, metabolism, and even cellular function. When stress, worry, or self-criticism dominate, cortisol and other stress hormones rise, signaling the liver to release more glucose into the bloodstream, which can cause BSF and BSR readings to climb. Conversely, a calm, confident, and positive mindset communicates to the body that it is safe, supported, and capable, allowing systems to function more efficiently and glucose to be used appropriately. Mindset begins with awareness. Recognizing that blood sugar numbers are feedback, not judgment, creates a foundation of compassion and understanding. A high reading is not a failure, it is information, a message from the body about what it needs. This perspective shifts focus from fear or shame to curiosity and action. Older adults who embrace this approach are more likely to engage in supportive behaviors consistently, whether it's choosing balanced meals, taking a walk after lunch, or prioritizing rest. Positive thinking does not replace action, but it enhances it by creating motivation, patience, and confidence that change is possible at any stage of life. Optimism also has physiological effects. Studies have shown that positive emotions can reduce stress hormone levels, improve circulation, and even enhance immune function. For blood sugar management, this means that the body can respond more predictably to insulin, digest food more effectively, and maintain steadier energy throughout the day. Simple practices such as focusing on gratitude, celebrating small victories, or visualizing health and vitality send signals of safety and balance, supporting both fasting and random blood sugar regulation. Another aspect of mindset is patience. Changes in blood sugar, energy levels, and overall health do not happen overnight, and older adults may feel discouraged if they expect immediate results. Understanding that progress is gradual fosters resilience and consistency. Each positive choice, every nutritious meal, every gentle movement, every good night of sleep builds on the last, creating a cumulative effect that can transform BSF and BSR readings over weeks and months. Recognizing this process encourages persistence and reduces the temptation to abandon efforts when results are not instantaneous. Mindset also influences behavior indirectly. Individuals with a positive outlook are more likely to engage socially, maintain routines, and enjoy activities that promote movement and mental engagement. They are more likely to experiment with new foods, try gentle exercises, and embrace lifestyle habits that support metabolic health. Each of these behaviors contributes to more stable blood sugar levels, demonstrating that positivity is not just an abstract concept, but a practical strategy for well-being. Finally, mindset is about self-compassion and respect. Treating the body kindly, listening to its signals, and responding with care reinforces metabolic balance. When older adults adopt a mindset of empowerment rather than fear, they reclaim control over their health, transforming BSF and BSR tests from intimidating numbers into motivating tools. They understand that aging does not mean surrendering to decline. It means partnering with the body thoughtfully, nurturing it with awareness, and using positivity as a daily practice that supports energy, resilience, and vitality.